Okay, so here we are. We find ourselves in the bottom of the wave there. So what's going to happen? Well, we'll have a look at America because that looks pretty dicey. So in terms of the ASX 300, so we held our measured move. If we look at the daily chart, so it was pretty respectable, really. So we didn't seem too phased, as you've probably heard. 10 days, Trump's delayed it for. So the financial index, so pretty unscathed this week. If we look at CPA, so probably just sideways movements, I think, for financials. So materials finished the week well. So the old switch materials for financials. So it's your opportunity. The energy sector. We'll have a look at the oil prices. So the energy sector still looks good, really. We're using. So if we look at the King Woodside. So we were buying him down here, so we sort of got a target move here, but just applying a stop loss philosophy, really, because when something happens and the oil price crashes, obviously is a long way from the moving average. So the switch from CBA to Woodside still on. Energy over materials. So so coming down implies materials outperforming energy. The gold miners, Aussie gold miners. So is this now going to be a higher low? So if we can get some green next week, then that confirms a higher low. It's about as bullish as one can get. Our tech sector. They had their chance to have a nice little cup and handle, but I think someone spilt the coffee. We'll check out coffee prices at the end. So that looks pretty sick. And the Nasdaq does too. We'll have a look at that. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin needs to get some giddy up, otherwise it's on the way down. Okay, the VIX. So this is the futures VIX. So it's still very elevated. The volatility of the VIX is still elevated, and this chart here just looks absolutely scary. So this is the S&P market hours. So this was a key support level here. So tonight I think we're going to make a break tonight. So we've got some pretty bad targets if we don't bounce. If we look at the futures, we'll just try and make it look as bullish as possible. So this is the 15-minute chart on the S&P 500. So if that was a share, you'd probably buy that. So the futures is looking promising. The Nasdaq. Again, this is opening hours, so it's again on key support with a worst case down here. Nasdaq futures. We look at the 15-minute chart. So again, we've got a bit of green, so a bit of hope. And that's been led by these guys, the Mags, the Magnificent Seven. So again, they're on. Well, you can have a little bit of a break below here, and it's going to be led by this guy Nvidia. So he's currently on support, but if he breaks that support, we've got pretty ugly targets going on here. So the backbone semiconductors are still holding up, but semiconductors over the Nasdaq. So this is you want this to be in upwards direction. The trend is still there, but it's not the tidiest. Okay, so financials. So again, we've got our measured move, but we've got another potential one down here if it falls over. If we look at them. So again, JP Morgan made his measured move, but he's got if he falls over, a big target. Mr. Berkshire Hathaway. So again, he's potentially forming a nice bullish pattern there, but he's also forming a pretty ugly bearish pattern. So you can see we're on the fringe, and then Visa again sitting on target levels and support with ugly targets. Materials in America, so they're looking all right. Materials over the Nasdaq, so materials outperforming Nasdaq. American energy, nothing stopping that train. So energy over the Nasdaq, so that's where you wanted to be. The gold miners, global gold miners. So this is them last night. So we'll see if they get a kick like our gold miners do today, but technically still haven't broken the lows. Biotech, US biotech. Some interesting shares in this space that we following on the channel. $10 a month. US ASX shares, ETFs. Trying to find places to invest. So this is biotech over the Nasdaq. So you can see biotech's, it's doing well. Okay, Israel. So Israel's still chilling. That's because the big hold. This is the biggest holding in Israel, the defense contractor. Okay, Dubai. So the Dubai share market. So we're setting up another indecision candle this week. It couldn't break above this one or below that one. So we're going to set up another one, I'd say. So at some stage we're going to break up or break down. Dubai real estate. So we had a kiss. Went up and kissed it. Is it a kiss goodbye? Can't tell. India. So India is having a bit of a bounce. China. I hope Trump knows what he's doing, for God's sake. Anyway, China's hanging in there. Emerging markets holding support. Your high growth super fund. So climbing. China recover. The VGS is trying to recover. Okay, Aussie interest rates. So, yeah, breaking out. Aussie 5-year. They nothing stops this train. Look at that. I wish you had a share invested like that. So bond prices. So this is your Australian bond prices. So we've now, technically, we've broken. It's a bear flag because it faces upwards. So that's down. US 5-year interest rates. US 1-year interest rates. So there's nothing downward looking to them. So international bonds. So they're breaking down. So that's not good news for the share market. The US dollar. So the bias is neutral to up. and you can't call that bearish. So the Aussie dollar, so we're, again, you can't call that bullish either. The Bible, the commodity index, so it's just chilling, consolidating at the highs. So the commodity index over the S&P 500, that's where you want to be. That's where we are on the channel. Okay, gold. Okay, so technically gold has hit some target levels here, but so on a 2 hour candle here. So the 2 hours where it used to was the resistance, so it's now back to after breaking through, back to being resistance again. Yeah, there's a bit of alignment with the share. I think if the share market crashes, then gold probably will too, even though that doesn't make sense, but they seem to be aligned. But it's also setting up for a nice break if it does do it, so it's too early to tell. The girlfriend, so silver, so she's setting up something very beautiful as she likes to do. So we've got a potential cup and handle within a potential cup, and if the boys get to slam it down, maybe a bit of a handle here, or she might just want to go. Anyway, we'll see how that picture goes. Platinum. So platinum looks pretty good. Maybe this will be enough, the 50 week. Palladium, so that should be enough. That should be a floor. Dr. Copper, so he's finding support there. So the metals aren't getting worried. I think probably because the 10 days, I think the market, America needs to confirm it. I think the market will be happy with the 10-day thing. Well, the metals certainly aren't worried about it at this stage. Okay, so oil, go to a daily chart. So it's still technically holding the 20-day, so it's not bearish. If we look at December futures in oil, 77, so they're still saying in December they expect higher oil prices. If we look at so this is the Brent crude, which is more for the Asian benchmark, so they're still high, but the premium, the Asian oil premium has come back to, well, it's never really, there's always some sort of difference. So that tightness has gone away. The Oman oil, which doesn't go through the strait, so that premium's gone away. So people were paying for that. So the oil price is really just neutral. That's the best I could say. Natural gas in America, so it's just chilling. I think this is where the problem's going to be, is in natural gas, because of Qatar. So Asian natural gas is still up. East Coast, that's us, we're still down. Europe natural gas still elevated. UK natural gas still elevated. Iron ore hanging on. Lithium up there. Uranium, so chilling, nothing exciting really. Yeah, Mr. Good old Mr. Thermal Coal, he's looking quite bullish. Need that electricity, whereas coking coal's not doing much. Nickel, still consolidating on that nice little bull flag there. Aluminium, on his next leg up. Okay, now our food. So soybeans still chilling. Corn. That's a very bullish setup for corn. You can actually buy these on the stock market in America. Wheat. So wheat holding above support. Cane, sugar cane, and a cup of coffee. So a cup of coffee was down 2% today. Tell your barista. All right, that's today's wrap. I hope it's a good night in America. All right, if you enjoyed that, hit the like and give us a hype. All right, see ya.